What's up guys, welcome to the video. Thank you for checking in. Today I'm going to be showing you how to deadlift and telling you 7 things that you should know prior to deadlifting. What is a deadlift? A deadlift is a compound movement, meaning that it uses multiple muscles in your body to move the weight from point A to point B. And it's a little more complex than going from A to B. So let's delve right into it. Number 1, body positioning. For this video we're going to focus on the conventional deadlift just because it's a lot more suitable for beginners and it's a lot easier to get the form down. So you want your feet shoulder width apart with your hands on the outside of your legs. You can either do a overhand grip with both hands or one underhand, one overhand, and then having your hips at about mid squat position and having your femur and your upper body at a 45-degree angle. So it's kind of like those greater than or less than signs. Careful with this, you don't want your hips too low, otherwise you're going to be squatting the weight. You don't want your hips to be too high, otherwise you're going to be doing a straight-legged deadlift. So just be mindful of that. So number 2, you're going to remove the slack. When you're in position, you want to pull on the bar slightly with your hands, enough to create tension but not enough to fatigue yourself. Make sure you're tight from that start position, otherwise you're going to jerk that weight and create a lot of sudden pressure on the muscles that you're trying to develop. Imagine yourself playing hockey and you're about to body check someone. You're not going to go in with the hit with limp muscles, right? You're going to go in solid, you're going to go in there tight, and you're going to tense up. Same with pulling on a deadlift, right? You're going to tense up and make sure you're at your most optimal level for strength, and then you're going to lift off. So number 3, we're going to look at the lift off and the bar path. The bar path 100% of the way should always be straight. No matter what, throughout the whole movement, you should never move forwards nor backwards. The barbell should always go up and down. And to ingrain this at the beginning of your lift, you want that barbell positioned over your midfoot. And then from there, you pull the weight off the ground, you have your chest up, you keep your lats tucked in, you push through your hips, and then once your back is at that 90-degree angle, you finish your rep. And you can drop the weight down in a controlled manner and then repeat for the next rep. So number 4, we're going to talk about gaining hip momentum. So this is a bit of an advanced movement. I would start off with perfecting your deadlift form and then implement this into your deadlift. So you want to start with your hips up high and then you bring them down to that starting position and then you quickly pull the slack out and bring that barbell off that ground. It's a very quick motion and a hard motion to actually get down, but it definitely helps gain momentum for that heavier weight. So number 5, we're going to talk about not rounding the back. Not just because it's a one-way ticket to Snap City, but it also increases the range of motion that's necessary for completing the rep. As you can see here, I actually have to uncoil myself to get to that 90-degree angle back to get to that finishing position. So it's just ideal to have a straight back throughout the whole movement. Number 6, not hyperextending the spine. So what I mean by that is pretty much the opposite of a round back. People with good intentions who are trying to keep their back straight throughout the movement do so much that they actually retract the shoulders too much, creating a bit of an indent onto their back. And you just want to avoid that so it might not hurt at first, but it will definitely create some sort of future back injury. So just stay away from that. So last one, number 7, do not hitch the weight. What I mean by hitching is that halfway through the repetition, some people tend to bring the barbell backwards, so towards themselves, and dragging it up the quad. And this happens for a couple reasons that I've noticed. Is that one, they either have their lats not tucked in properly and their shoulders are way too far forward, or they have weak hips, so they can't get that drive in. So how to fix that is that you want to keep your shoulders in a neutral position rather than having it way too far forward, and tuck your lats in at the same time. And for the weak hips, just squeeze your glutes, because more than anything, you're probably not squeezing your glutes enough or any at all. So that pretty much wraps up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on the deadlift. By no means would I call myself a professional at lifting. These are just tips that I've used to progress myself throughout my years of lifting. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. It would help me a lot. And see you in the next one. Alright, thanks, bye!